came a long way, that's what the song say. And I can do all things, I can do all things. Yeah, I can do all things, yeah. I'm not afraid of the moment, I'm not afraid I can't hold it. I gotta show 'em, gotta get up in the morning. I gotta do it for Kobe, lately I'm zoning. Lately I know where I'm going, taking whatever controllers. Show me opponents, show me opponents. I got a gift and I'm starting to own it.
Welcome back to another episode of Progressive Hustle. Today we got our homie Mitchy Slick. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, homie.
How's life treating you?
Shit, man. It's how I'm treating life, homie.
What do you mean by that?
You know, I'm in control of this shit. Life ain't treating me.
That's cool.
I'm right here taking it by the collar, homie. Been on the road, just mobbing, pushing. Happy as fuck to be in Portland, though. I love Portland. You already know this like my second home.
Yeah.
I done tore these streets up before once upon a lifetime.
You got some good Portland stories for us?
I ain't gonna lie, I got a lot of fucking bad, a lot of my good homeboys passed away out here, homie.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Straight up, yeah, man. But yeah, I got some good Portland stories, you know what I'm saying? First time I was ever on the road and fucking around with 40 back in the days, this is one of our first stops and shit. Shout out to the homeboy Smurf. Smurf, we got to get Smurf his roses on that one. The first nigga to get slick to Portland, you know. Yeah, that.
Shout out to Smurf.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so what happened the first time you came to Portland? What'd you like about it?
I brought all the homies. Like, I brought like 20 of the homies with me. And we was all in wrapped Denali's and Escalades and shit. And we was we was having a ball. We was pulling up. We was staying at the fucking mall. What's the hotel right across the street from the who? Hey, we was lighting that motherfucker. Boy, we had hey, look, who that in the window, homie? Oh, he ain't in the window. Hey, look, we had that motherfucker like it was the projects for about a week. We had that shit rocking, homie. Yeah, that.
That's
No,
cool.
It was dope. Just coming to the city, homie, and being able to run through somewhere where they was the first city that was kind of really fucking with us that wasn't at home when I came to Portland, homie. Fans. First set of fans that wasn't at home, really. You know what I mean?
What year was that?
That was maybe 2003.
Oh, damn.
Hell yeah. Young kid, man, out on the road. I brought a gang of little homies with me. I'm talking about we turned up. It was legendary times. All the homies that was there know them was legendary times. Yeah, we rocked at the Roseland way back then, homie. It was lit.
What do you like about it so much here?
I like how they embraced the Southeast Dago culture, homie, and not in no buster way though. You know what I'm saying? Like the homies out here in Portland really tapped in. A couple of my young homeboys came out here many moons ago and got my neighborhood started out here. You know what I'm saying? They probably came out here in 99 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, and had Lincoln Park, my neighborhood, back from Southeast San Diego out here. And they just showed love, you know what I'm saying? Both sides. The red and the blue, both sides showed love. I loved it. It was damn near like another Southeast San Diego to me because the culture was pretty much the same, real active culture, you know what I'm saying? And they was loving what we was doing. And shit, we was loving what they was doing. Shout out to them. And then as the years went on, later on, I ended up meeting a couple other homies on my second run because they had started a whole Yeah That movement. You know, I had a song Yeah That off my first album,
Yeah, we were listening to that earlier.
Triggeration Station. And from that song started a whole movement in Portland. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homeboy Spank, Betos, Relly, a gang of the homies. You know what I'm saying? We got it going. Lil T Dot, even young artists from from Portland was being a part of the movement. We was working together, started getting Yeah That records going out here. You know what I'm saying? And really started like a second home out here. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever live out here?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was on the water. I don't say, but I was on the water though, looking up high. Yeah, I was on that water, man. Hey, y'all got that shit fly though. Y'all got some fly shit, some fly waterfront shit over there.
We do. It's actually really nice.
What's the district over there by downtown?
Pearl District?
The Pearl District.
Yeah, Pearl District's cool, bro.
Yeah, I was playing that. I was playing around there.
Especially back then. That's fucking tight.
And I love Portland, man.
So, you grew up in San Diego?
Yeah, I drug like a convertible Bentley up out of motherfucking Portland. The people around here is kind of generous, homie.
Wait, you drug?
Exactly.
Somebody just gave you a Bentley one day?
Yeah, that a convertible one, nigga. I'm telling you, these people around here are kind of generous. But
Where are they at?
Hey, I'm telling
God
you.
damn, I ain't
Oh, they know where they at. They know where they at.
Can we find them? I want a Bentley too.
Hey,
Shit.
much love. Hey, but much love to all my Portland peoples. Y'all know I done made some magical things happen with Portland people, bro. Straight up.
That's fucking tight, bro.
Yeah, for real. Like for real. I drug some big houses up out of Portland and everything.
Well,
only thing I will say though is around in Portland, hey, things will come to you real fast, but they'll leave you real fast too. No dedication, homie. No perseverance. That's what I say.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive now that I understand.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in San Diego?
San Diego was active, homie. Southern California. Contrary to what a lot of people think, like everywhere in Southern shit making hella noise. Everywhere in Southern California almost the same, bro, when it comes to the urban parts of it. It's a code, you know what I'm saying? And everybody living by the code. I hate to be a grown-ass nigga always talking about gangbanging and shit like that, but in Southern California, that's like it's not so much like what you choose, it's more like a religion. That's how I have to explain it. To try to get my people a pass down that way for being looked at the way that, because for so long you always, this is stupid and being the blood of Crip is stupid. Maybe it is or whatever, but if you're there and you understand the climate, then you'll get it. So basically, growing up in San Diego, it was in my generation when I came up, which is what I'm saying, gonna be the first, not the first generation, but it sure wasn't in no motherfucking 90s like a lot of these other cities picked up on it. Shit, my big homie started my neighborhood in the 70s, mid-70s. And that's what it was, homie. It was a lot of gangbanging and a lot of football and a lot of crack being sold, because I'm from that era. I wasn't involved at the time. I was too young, but I got to actually witness the crack era for real, at the most impressionable age that you can, them preteen years, you know what I'm saying, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got to see that firsthand, and that shit was something else. So that's what was growing up in Southeast San Diego. It was a lot.
Did watching the crack era, did that scare you away from hustling, or did that motivate you to hustle?
It was fucked up because that's what we had to look up to around there. Everybody wanted to be on, and it was looking so easy. Like it was shit. Like how could you be motivated by anything else when I got a story of one of my homies right from Dago. When dope first came out, it'd be the snottiest kid on the block. Their whole family was the snottiest family on the block. And then in a 2-month period, they the brackenest family on the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the family that was the brackenest, now was the most fucked up and smoked out and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a crazy time, and hasn't been nothing like it. Trust me. It hasn't been nothing like it. I don't care what drug came out and got motherfuckers fucked up. The youngsters have no idea what growing up in them crack 80s was like, because there was a lot of money being made, and there was a lot of households being fucked up, bro. Like, really bad. You know what I mean?
You feel bad for hustling back then?
I don't really get that, but maybe I haven't matured to that level to feel like that. But that shit was going on so crazy before me. I guess you kind of feel like numb to the shit, especially when that's all you've ever seen and never known. You've always known this person right here to be that. You know what I mean?
What's your craziest hustling story?
Craziest hustling story? I got a lot of crazy and hustling stories, but I'll tell you one. How I used to sit up in the spot, right? And how the acoustics be on the ceiling? The little acoustics, the little bumpy acoustic shit on the ceiling? You know the little, you know the
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
of a
yeah. That's
house.
not acoustics. That's
That is
asbestos.
nah. You know what I'm talking about, right? It is acoustics, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
the
I got you.
texture.
Yeah.
Like we'll be in a dope spot and it'll be late. We'll be bored and we'll just like call one of the smokers in and jump up and scrape the shit off the ceiling, right? And just call them in and just
Watch them smoke it.
watch them just pick this shit up and then try to and they'll be trying to play it off like they ain't on every little dot in the floor. And we just thought that shit was the funniest shit in the world. That was some mean ass shit, homie. But that was fucked up.
I seen that happen not long ago. That's funny.
That was fucked up.
That's a funny story though. How long were they looking for this shit?
Homie, till every piece that was on the floor, every single little piece was picked up. Like sometimes we wouldn't knock too much down because they'd be there too long.
Right. And what happens when they fucking picked it all up and we're like,
they'd look at each piece for like 5 minutes and fuck with it and squeeze it and fuck with it and fuck with it and squeeze it. Shit wasn't right, homie. That shit wasn't right. Where the lighter at, homie? That shit wasn't right.
Who's got a lighter? Well, anyways, so back to San Diego and stuff. How'd you get into music, especially out there?
Hey, I think I believe like everybody. I think everybody had a little pad when they was a little motherfucker. I could be wrong, but I think everybody had a little pad where they had a good hot 16 or something. Homie, that they wrote or something like that. I know I had one when I was in the 6th grade, 5th grade. But I never really gave a fuck about rapping and shit because I wanted to be a gangster. And when I was young, being a rapper wasn't gangster all the way. Being a rapper, everybody didn't rap. Rappers rapped. Now everybody rap.
Yeah.
When I was young, rappers rapped. You knew him, he rapped. It was 10 niggas in the neighborhood that rapped. I mean, in 5 neighborhoods that rapped.
And they would battle rap
and they battle rap. They come to their school and they school. Now, motherfucker rap, everybody's a rapper now. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was my big homeboys had a studio over there in East San Diego, homie, and they had a few of my homeboys over there rhyming and shit, doing their shit, and they was putting money behind them, and I was like, damn, like shit, I'm out here hustling. The homies is getting some of the shit I'm out here trying to hustle for rapping. I said, let me make me a song, man, or 2 or whatever the fuck, and it was a crosstown. You got Dago, we got our own vocab, homie. So if it's anything you don't understand, just stop me mid bars. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what it is. So, anyways, it was a Brossy that was like next door. You know what I'm saying?
Is a Brossy a bitch?
No.
Oh, what is it?
Brossy is derived from the word crosstown, meaning a nigga from the other side of town, from across town. And then the C is changed to a B for the whoop. Now it's a Brossy.
Oh, okay.
You're not a Bross town, but a Brossy. We ain't gonna be all ignorant the whole goddamn interview though.
Okay.
So anyway, it was a nigga from another side that people know in the studio, a couple doors down, and I just slid over there and asked the nigga, hey, check it out. Make me a demo. I need you to make this beat, and this beat. And that mixtape, or that little, I guess you could call it that demo that I made with them 3 or 4 songs, became like legendary little underground mixtape in my hood and shit. And from that, I went to LA and started meeting motherfuckers via the big homies DJ Jam, which was Snoop Dogg and them DJ at the time. And then shout out to my big bro, Big Reese. He just started walking us through LA. We call it rap school. From my hood, when you get on and you're an artist and we trying to get you going, we call it taking you to rap school. And that's when we just grind it out for like about a good 5-6 months of all rap shit. All out of town, all LA.
How old were you when you started doing that?
Shit, I was probably like 22.
When you started rapping?
Hell yeah.
And your first mixtape just took off?
Yeah. Not took off like that, but
yeah, I mean, it got me.
It got me out of town. And then when I went to LA, I met up with Sir Jinx. Shout out to my big bro, Sir Jinx. I just talked to him about an hour ago. Sir Jinx took me under his wing, and he was working on Exhibit's album. And from that, I just started fucking with Jinx, the Liquid Crew, Exhibit, Alcoholics, all that shit. And that's a whole story in itself. But, motherfuckers kind of know that story already, homie, a little bit. If y'all don't. All you young motherfuckers out there, yeah, that's how it started.
That's crazy,
San Diego mixtape. hanging with Jinx for about 4 or 5 years, learning the real rap shit from the top, not the underground. I learned all the top shit first. Like my first album I dropped was Triggeration Station, recognized as, legendary street album, whatever the fuck. Classic. Them fucking songs was like, I had probably only did 4 songs before them songs, you know what I mean? I did 4 songs and then did that album. But I mixed that shit on SSL board and all the big shit, fucking with Jinx, doing it the way I thought this is how you supposed to do it. And it was, but I spent like tens of thousands of dollars putting my first project together. Like probably like 120 bands putting my first album together.
Out of your own pocket?
Out of me and the homies, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, the homies came together. The big homies was like, we finna do this shit. We didn't know what we was doing, but they was like, let's go. But don't get it fucked up. I spent some of my own money too, though, a lot of my own money. But the homies was on deck. They was on deck.
That's crazy, bro. So what was it like the first time going up to L.A.?
The first day I went to L.A., homie, I met Sir Jinx. And then we walked in the pizza shop or where it was at, and he introduced me to Exhibit. Then we went to the show and I met DJ Aladdin. I don't know if you know DJ Aladdin, but far as legendary, it don't get more gangster and more legendary than DJ Aladdin. One of the coldest LA DJs in the ranks of like Pooh and Crazy Tunes and all that shit. Crazy. And that's the origins of this West Coast shit.
Right, yeah.
Mac 10,
I've heard the names and shit, but they're
yeah.
all like, you know what I mean? This is all a little bit before my time.
Yeah. A Mac 10, Dub C. I bet all these niggas the first day I went to LA, the first day, and that's what told me like, damn, okay, maybe I could do this shit. Because being from San Diego, we wasn't used to being that close or that tapped into the real industry.
Did they show you love instantly, or was it kind of hard because you're from San Diego?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The only people that really showed me love was the Liquid Crew, and they weren't like gang members. They was just real straight up MCs and artists. Alcoholics, real rappers and shit.
Yeah.
And so that's the reason why I fell in. And if you notice, sometimes cats look and be like, damn, Slick on some hip hop shit. That's because being from San Diego, I had to do what I had to do to get in. But I was also a student of real rap though. You feel me though? Like real shit. I like shit Wu-Tang and G-Rap like everybody else. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from that beginning era, but also I'm into the real shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't just like what I like. I respect what you do, even if it ain't what I like particularly. I judge you based on, your craft. Just because I don't play basketball don't mean I can't look at you and tell I don't like basketball, but I know that nigga that nigga can get down, you feel me? And that's how I felt about rap. So I studied all the shit. You know what I'm saying? All the shit. All the shit.
Who's your biggest influences in music?
Mine?
Yeah.
Probably like a Bud Law, MC8, and E40. First it was MC8 though. Because that was the first nigga I felt like was talking my language. I felt like he was a real gang member that was rapping. Like he was a real gang member that rapped. Not a gangster, not a from around there. No, I knew that nigga's really from that hood, and he was the first one. Like before then, it was Ice-T. We love Ice-T and all that shit when we was little. I mean, I was real little listening to this shit. Like I was into this shit. I was a student 4 and 5 years old and shit like that. Like crazy on the rap shit. But King T and shit like that.
Yeah, King T did a mixtape for like the real Rick Ross or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Some shit like that. That's how I heard of like King T, because he was Rick Ross paid him to do a song, or he just was shouting him out or something in a song.
But that was when you first started seeing like niggas that drove the kind of cars that we liked and dressed the way that we liked, rapping. Niggas in Cadillacs with 13 sevens on them and shit. Motherfuckers in khaki suits and golfer hats that rap, not just like hip hop emulating type, New York type shit. MC8 fucked me up. Easy, MC8, all that shit. When we was little, we was like going crazy over that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if I had to line it up, I'm gonna say MC8 first, then I'm gonna say a Butter Law, and then as time went on, the independent hustle and all the shit, and me feeling like, damn, I could do this shit because he could do it like 40. And 40 being the lyricist that he is, you know what I mean? Straight up.
Yeah, E40 definitely deserves his credit too. He's been around forever.
Oh yeah.
So how long did it take for it to really start picking up before you realized that, okay, I'm gonna make my life. This is my life mission?
It took about 4 years, homie. 4 years of me grinding. See, it was different in my era. Now you just get on the internet and you do some shit. No, you had to be respected as a man to even come outside and be at these venues. Getting on now is making a video and hoping it go viral. Getting on then was going to fucking a dog pound show or going to a fucking a exhibit show, and when the DJ dropped the beat and exhibit looked to the side, or Tash from the Alcoholics looked to the side of the stage and he look over there to see what homie he gonna bring out. He call your name at the Roxy or some shit on fucking Sunset, and you get out there and you do your shit like live, like you know what I'm saying? That was getting on then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when that type of shit started happening, which was maybe like 4 or 5 years in the game, but it came from me being around the Liquid crew. Once that started happening, and then you start seeing yourself on, I see myself in a couple of, I was in the Murder Dog mag. At that point, I used to wouldn't tell nobody I was a rapper or no shit like that. I was a hustler, you know what I'm saying? I was already low riding, gold datings and doing shit before the rap shit.
So you're like rich before rap.
I wasn't rich. Motherfuckers be killing me with that rich shit. Rich before rap means like I had like $5 million. That's rich. That's rich. I had 100,000. That's not rich.
Yeah.
That's not rich. I had a good summer or some shit and stacked a little bit. Nah, but motherfuckers was having shit and buying shit and getting money.
So were you like having to battle rap and stuff too? Was that in? Were you into stuff like that too?
I wasn't into that at all, but it was a lot of shit going on then. Like,
it's just that era, you know what I mean? Like
era.
that era, you had to prove how good you were lyrically and stuff like that. So like,
I remember coming outside of clubs and it'd be like me, X, and Crime, and it'd be some niggas from Detroit that came all the way from Detroit just sitting in the club waiting for niggas to come out. And we'll smash their ass. Or not to disrespect Detroit or no shit like that, but I remember like niggas from out of town, from places. I remember one night it was a good one, some Detroit niggas. I don't remember who it was, and it ain't nobody because I would have remembered who it was. But no, it was like that. Like niggas was rapping. Gangster niggas though. This ain't no hip hop backpack. No, gangster niggas was battle rapping. Like for real. On some gangster shit. Not the new shit now. Not that shit now with judges and all that type of shit. Nah, just who got bars. It was a lot of that going on because everybody trying to get on in LA at the time. And the way to get on in LA at the time, it wasn't independent. You're going to get on, you can get a deal. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going to hear you and put you all the way on.
What was the first tour you went on? You said E40?
No, the first tour I went on was with the Alcoholics and Murs and
The Living Legends.
the Grouch. Yeah, the Living Legends tour. That's the first one. I hit 36 cities, homie, in a bullshit ass one of them rental mobile homes you get, them Great America mobile homes.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck we thought that shit was gonna work.
What happened?
Some California niggas, we took off from here. We had to go all the way to the East Coast, all the way to like Maine, up and all the way with 30 stops in between. By the time we get to motherfucking New Mexico, it's a snowstorm. We ain't even got out of the West Coast really all the way. Snowstorm all the way, every city. We ain't never drove in the snow before. That's the hustle, you feel me? Me and 4 or 5 of the homies, shout out to the big homie, Romy Rome, pushed all the way across the country, homie, and really did this shit. Like, tracked it, backpacked it out all the way.
Were you getting paid for those shows?
Hell nah.
So you just went just to promote your brand?
Yeah. We was already getting money. Everybody had bitches at home getting money. Shit, fuck it. They was in the kitchen chefing it up while we was gone. The money wasn't it.
Right.
Money wasn't even it.
So what? So you had 36. What was the next situation after that first tour?
After that first tour, I came home and I started, and the album was out. My first album charted 13 on Billboard. It was up under the East Siders. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? And from there, homie, it just like I don't have no super success story, bro. Like after that, my shit is just an underground story, homie, with a few dope ass milestones that most of the people that's in my bracket haven't done and shit like that. Like a lot of people that y'all like maybe would put me in the category of or say you think more, they haven't done a lot of shit that I've done, got off, you know what I mean? Like they ain't did no rap CD and no shit like that, you know what I'm saying? That ain't shit to a motherfucker that signed, but to an independent artist that every song he ever put out, he did it with, you know, out of his own homies' pockets. For me to do shit like that, be places like that, you know, travel outside the country and shit rocking the MTV festivals and shit over in fucking Europe and shit like that. I ain't supposed to be doing that shit. My skill level is supposed to be doing that shit, but I haven't had nobody back. I haven't had no label behind me with no budget to travel and all that type of shit. No, everything I ever did was just me, basically, you know?
So you've been independent the whole time.
Yeah. Now, when I was in the group, when I'm still am in the group, fuck that, till I die, Strong Arm Steady. Me, Chronic Field, we was signed to Blacksmith Records. That's Talib Kweli's label. But that wasn't no major deal or no shit like that. We wasn't buying houses in new rollies and shit after the signing bonuses and shit like that. That wasn't what was happening. No disrespect to my fan, but nah, we never got to that part of it. But I ain't had no help, homie. So,
How did that come together? Strong Arm Steady.
you know, we had a rap house over there in West LA, man, on Dockwater. A house in West LA that was basically like a hip hop house, and all the dope niggas would come through from all over the country. Everybody. Shit. Nas done been through that motherfucker. Black Thought, KRS coming through over there on the west side of LA. And I say these names, but I'm still Mitchy Slick. I'm over here with khakis, braids, all the shit, pistol on my hip and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? During all these times, but I had to like get my bars up to be able to fuck with niggas I was fucking with. You know what I'm saying? So from that, Quad just being around and taking a liking of the group. We was supposed to do some other deal with Loud and shit, you know what I'm saying, through X, but we just had a fucked up situation, falling out, misunderstanding and shit, and that's when X left the group, you know what I'm saying? That's when, you know, he started doing this Pimp My Ride shit or whatever, but Kweli was on deck, and him and Corey Smith came together, man, and got us a little small budget for us to do what we had to do. Traveled out the country with Quad 2, I think. Did we? Yeah. Hell yeah.
Strong Arm Steady started that long ago when
2000, like 2004 or 5 and shit like that.
Oh wow, God
Hell
yeah.
No, that's a mixtape time. Remember the mixtapes? 50
Yeah.
and all them was dropping the mixtapes. That's how we came up in LA. We was doing them strong arm steady mixtapes. Raz Cass, Cron Don, Saphir, you know what I'm saying? They all part of the crew. DJ Khalil, Chase Infinite, you know what I'm saying? All the alcoholic homies was jumping on records and shit. We was just mixtaping it. Like, man, we did it the real OG hip hop way, especially for the times that it was, without it being like the 80s and shit. We did the OG shit, you know what I'm saying? We did it the right way, built the buzz in the streets, slung the CDs out the trunk, swap meets and at the liquor stores, and started getting on TV a little bit, you know what I mean?
What was like your first like big break to where you
Big break? I never had no big break, bro.
not even to like for people to like start like when did you realize that what you were doing was starting to take off when people were starting to really recognize you?
After the first album, homie, because mine never came from TV or no award or no shit. Mine would come from when I would go to different hoods across Southern California and motherfuckers would be playing my shit, knowing my music. You know what I'm saying? Or when I go drop CDs off at the Compton Swap Meet or in Inglewood or Swap Meet or in the IE Swap Meet, and them motherfuckers would be selling out every week. Shit like that. And I pull up to the fucking Swap Meet and it'd be homies in front of Crips, Bloods in front of the Swap Meet wanting to take flicks and shit like that or say what's up to me and shit like that. My shit is all in the street, homie, mostly, you know?
Well, I mean, you've been overseas on tours and stuff, right?
Right.
So what like how was it when you seen all these fans that like knew who you were in a whole different part of the world? You know
That
what I mean?
fucked me up.
What was that like?
It'll fuck you up to be on stage and a motherfucker can't even speak English, but then while you doing your songs, they know the words and shit. Know all the words to your shit. Yeah, you know.
What was your first tour out of the States?
Stuttgart. We went to Germany. Copenhagen.
Oh, okay.
Denmark, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of other places, man. That shit is beautiful, homie. I loved it over there. I mean, I don't want to leave from over here, but that shit was dope.
What was that tour?
I don't even remember. I just know we was flying around on.
Was it the beginning or like?
Yeah, it's like it wasn't in the beginning, but it was like later, like maybe like 05 and 6 and 7 and shit like that.
What were the crowds like? Were they a lot bigger than they are over here?
Nah, cause we was doing big shit over here too.
Oh, really?
We was doing Rock the Bells, Strong Arm Steady, Rock the Bells, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We was performing at big ass festivals though. muddy, raining like some fucking Lollapalooza looking shit. You know what I'm saying?
Some
Fucking
Woodstock
with X.
99.
But that wasn't on no Mitchy Slick. That was X shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front like they was just, throwing their panties on stage for me in goddamn Belgium and shit like that. But I got mines off though. You feel me? Yeah, that. Nah, I got a lot of fans out there, especially in Germany, especially in Copenhagen.
Out of all the places you've been to, what place had like the baddest women that you liked the most?
Baddest women?
Yeah.
Out the country or anywhere?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Do both. Do here and out the country.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say anywhere, but I'm gonna tell you. You want an exotic looking bitch in the States? Miami.
Yeah, I figured that.
You'll find some shit in Miami that you won't see out here. Straight up.
Definitely believe that.
And then San Diego.
Said San Diego's got some goodies.
Yeah, they got good goodies.
That's like the West Coast Miami, it seems like.
They know it. They know all the rappers. They're very nice to rappers out here. The San Diego girls. Believe me, homegirls, I hear this shit all the time. Always heard this shit. In the beginning, when I started doing this shit, I started traveling, fucking with different artists and shit. I would tell them I'm from San Diego, their eyes would light up. Oh, you from Dago? Oh, man, I got this little... The homegirls, I don't know what it is. I think they just like rappers in Dago. Rappers and pimps. They like rappers and pimps in Dago.
Or pimp rappers.
Yeah, I don't like to put them two words together.
Yeah, I feel you on that. What's your favorite collab that you've done so far?
The one with my aunt, Gladys Knight.
That's your blood relative?
She's married to my uncle. Right now.
Gladys Knight.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a small world.
Yeah. No, I don't like to say we small. I like to say we not a small world, but we big. I'll say we big niggas, but I can't say that in the same sense with auntie. No, we big people. You know what I mean?
What was the song you did with her? Like, what was the collab?
She got to pull it up one day, man. It's called Old School. We performed it on the Queen Latifah show too. That was jumbo. That was next level. See, shit, that's the type of shit I be talking about. That Slick got to do that a lot of cats in my little niche ain't got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was some big time shit. Queen Latifah's a boss. Straight up. A real boss.
Damn, that's crazy.
Not the Instagram boss where the bitches just put bossy behind their name. No, we talking about real boss. Look, her show was stupid. Her show was like a big ass warehouse, bigger than a goddamn. The set was bigger than a goddamn Walmart, right? It was like 100 employees just walking around at all times and shit up in one building for just one Queen Latifah show. And then she ain't even there and shit. And then when she come in, everybody just freeze and start clapping. The whole goddamn shit like bigger than a Walmart. Everybody start clapping when she walk in.
Is that like the rules that you have to do that? Or
I don't know. I don't think so.
Somebody just seen her and just like.
And then here come Queen Latifah. She just walking there with some spank new J's on and some jeans and a tank top or something. Like, what's happening? Let's go. Next level shit, yeah.
What was the biggest crowd you performed in front of?
The biggest shit I think I liked the most is I think it was Rock the Bells in San Francisco in the park in the Giant Stadium. I ran out there on my own dolo to the net. Did Mitchy Slick in front of 50,000.
Fuck. What was that feeling like?
I don't know, cause I really it was cool, but I always felt like I ain't never felt a certain way about running out on a stage. Like when you know you could do something and you feel confident about what you're doing, I just look at it as an opportunity to make somebody dig me. You feel me?
Damn, in front of 50,000 people.
I just blank out anyway.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure eventually just the adrenaline just takes over or something.
Yeah.
What is the thing that you like about music the most, like rapping and stuff like that?
Being able to tap into somebody's mentor, to their soul or their spirit, and make them fuck with you, like, or make them be motivated by something that you saying, or maybe like promote them getting to some money, or maybe even going to. Well, I can't say that part, but that's what we used to make the money for. I mean, the music for in the beginning. like how MCA had music to drive by. That meant something. You feel me?
Right.
Motivate a motherfucker to do shit. But when you know your music connect like that, or like when I spent my whole fucking career making songs for niggas. I probably fucked up doing that shit, but I made most of my music for the homies. And I ain't just an all the way homie type of cat, but when I'm an artist, I make music for the homies. So when I have homies walk up to me that I don't know or that from different cities and states and tell me that I got them through, you know, times while they was in the pen and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a homie tell me that just last night, straight up. The homie Doe from Crenshaw Mafia told me last night, you know what I'm saying, was like, Slick, you got me through plenty of years, homie, on that yard.
How many years did he do?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said he did 20 years. I was
No,
like,
no.
God damn.
I don't know.
But yeah, man. I mean,
That's what I like about music. Making motherfuckers be like, yeah, okay, this shit resonate with us. And you could tell when motherfuckers really feeling your shit, when they liking it as a rap shit or when they liking it as like some gospel. When they know every word, that's what I like. When you be on stage and the motherfuckers know every word of your shit, that's what you wrote it for, you know what I mean? You don't waste your time.
where's the most favorite place that you've been to so far? If I haven't already asked that, I don't think I did.
That's a trip to say that because I be looking at the whole country like it's just one place. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like I kinda do. One city funnest. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm an outside type of nigga. Some of the funnest shit I ever did was in Vegas. Like real shit. Like back early 2000s. Me and Mayweather up in the club fucking around like that. You know what I'm saying? They crew, my crew. You know what I'm saying? Them was good times. Everybody know about them times, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my big uncle, rest in peace, Kenny Red, man, you know?
Yeah.
One of the most legendary niggas on the whole globe, man. But yeah, we was all out there in Vegas during them days when Vegas was building its first reputation, you know what I'm saying? Where you could buy a house for $200,000 and that motherfucker be worth $300,000 in about 5 months and shit. Shit like that.
Wait, how long ago did you meet Kenny Red?
As soon as I put out Trigger Ration Station.
Oh, wow.
Kenny Red was on that. He heard Trigger Ration Station and had me come perform at his birthday party because he liked the whole project so much. But he knew me from just being outside. You know, we was all outside, you know, in the field, you know what I mean? But yeah, that had to be like 2002 or 3, homie. That's when I met Kenny Red.
Not long after American Pimp.
Yeah, all that. And then the homie Maroy, rest in peace, my brother Maroy, we got the birthday on one of them pimps, no, not pimps of hoes down. On one of American Pimp, I forgot, man. They got the birthday party on one of them motherfuckers. I'm performing on that motherfucker.
Like Pimp of the Year or something.
One of them shits. You know, I'm high right now. Motherfucking memory.
You got a good Kenny Red story?
But I can't tell it.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Nah, I can't
Yeah.
tell it.
Kenny Red, man. Fuck.
Hey, I got a
always
good
like
Kenny
listening
Red
to
story.
Kenny Red. Like, I'd always have American Pimp on replay and shit. You know what I mean? As a little kid, because not I ever wanted to be a pimp or nothing like that, but it just showed titties and ass and dudes talking cool and shit. And I liked it. You know what I mean? But Kenny Red had always stuck. And then he came out way years later, like after getting out of prison and stuff, and like started doing like interviews and shit. And he just always talked like a cool motherfucker, bro. So I always dug Kenny Red a lot.
Kenny Red was, see, like my demographic, we kind of tend to like lean more towards the gangster players and shit. You know what I'm saying? And Kenny Red most definitely was a real player, but he was a gangster too, though. You know what I mean? And that was You know what I'm saying? I love that nigga.
Yeah, he was talking about being like 60 years old and bench pressing like 405. He's like, if you
Yeah.
can't bench press 405, then what are you doing?
Yeah, the homie was still on swole.
Yeah, big.
Yeah, Kenny Red fuck with my pops, my uncle, and all this shit.
That's cool, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What's like give us like a good I don't know, some type of just like highlight story of your career that was just like, you know what I mean? And just a solid, like a good.
It was Christmas, homie. Like I think it might have been like 2006 or something, homie. It was around Christmas time. It wasn't Christmas Day, but like when I used to be moving around with Strong Arm Steady, that a lot of that shit was, you know, wasn't nobody paying for me to move. And I remember X was going to do a promo run. Exhibit was going to do a promo run in New York. And he was taking the Chronic Field. And that's when I was first like trying to really, you know, get on and be moving around. I said, what's up, homie? I want to go and shit. And he was like, you want to go? I said, fuck it, yeah, I'll do whatever I got to do. It was like, man, I made my ticket the next day. It was like 1,100 one way. I didn't even have a whole bunch of money because I wasn't even really all the way still in the streets every day. I was being in LA for like 2-3 months trying to get on. And I was like, fuck, I didn't even have no ticket back. I said, I'm going to go. They said they going to, you know, BET, MTV, all the shit. Shit, I fuck around and bought my ticket, flew out there. And we went to, as soon as I got there, I hopped out the plane, hot with them, like 6, 7 in the morning. I think we did like motherfucking Good Morning America or some shit. And then we ran to TRL and we did TRL and we went here and went there. And then we went to BET and we went to Rap City. And we just sitting in the back drinking, fucking off and shit. And X is like 5 minutes before we about to go on. He's like, hey, y'all want to get in the booth? And I was like, oh, this is what I've been waiting for.
Was that with Tigger?
Yeah. Tigger. I've been in there a couple times. One time I think it was with Tigger, yeah. And it ended up being me, Cron, X, and Phil, and we went up in there, and that shit ended up being like one of the classic booths. It went down as a classic booth. And for me, that was big. You know, like now, motherfuckers don't trip off that shit. But at that time, come on, remember them Dipsets and them
the booth was
Lil
the biggest
Wayne
thing ever, yeah.
Yeah, Mitchy Slick in the booth. The homies was like, no, he did that. that was cool. That was cool. And I did that with I probably had a couple bands at the time. I spent $1,100 to get down there. I figured out how to get back. I got back, but that was something that was like, you know, that's like legendary in my hood. Ain't nobody really in Dago never did no shit like that. You know what I mean? So that's like a lot of people hold that to the heart.
Do you still stay in San Diego?
Who the fuck knows, bro? I don't know where I stayed.
Right. But I'm just saying is like after getting to like a certain status, like obviously it's not like necessarily the safest thing to stay where.
No, hell no. It's Triv, homie. It's hella Triv. Nah, I be gone. I been moving in and out of Dago a lot, but you know, shit, I'm still around. I still, you know, shit. I was just with the homies. You know, just trying to give back, bro. I got a little spot on Logan and Euclid in my neighborhood where I give out free food every Sunday and shit like that for the needy or whoever. You know, it's rough times and shit. So I'm around, but like just hanging out, doing regular everyday shit I was doing. Hell no, you can't do that shit no more. Motherfuckers want that strike. That's what it's all about. Killing rappers is what it's about.
What is your opinion on that?
My opinion on that is kind of cold, homie. Because it's like, hold on, I gotta get a drink of water. You tapping into some shit. I feel like it's mostly the younger rappers, right? Or no? Because in our generation, motherfuckers wasn't really dropping like that. So we'll have to say like in the last, what? How many years? Where just every week it's another motherfucking rapper dying.
The last 4.
Okay, last 4 years. It's like now a lot of these dudes nowadays they're doing things that we know better than doing. And because of these things, they're becoming successful. You feel me? Some shit that I could have done, but I stayed away from. You know what I mean? Because I knew the consequences of that shit.
Elaborate on that. Like, what do you mean? Like,
Listen.
Okay.
It's certain shit that these rappers do now that they know are going to get them numbers and get them streams that we would know could possibly lead to. Like, we never talked about, like, and I say we, I don't mean like we, my group. I'm talking about like before now. Anybody that rapped before the last 5-6 years, motherfuckers wasn't really talking about fuck this hood and fuck your dead homies and all that type of shit. Because we know the consequences of that type of shit, right? But this is the type of shit that the listeners want to hear you say, and this is the shit that gets you streams. So then you got a choice. You can either say, you know, I'm going to go this route. I'm going to use my brain and know that, you know, it don't make no sense to be doing no shit that's going to have everybody trying to kill me today on no motherfucking mic over no rap shit. or you have the choice to say, well, I want to get popping. And I want to do what every other rapper is doing right now. Because every rapper that's out right now, soon as he come out, you know who he is. You know who his ops is. You know what hood they from. He done made a song about him. You heard the song. A lot of these niggas' first hits be diss records. We just don't know they diss records and shit. Because we don't know what the fuck they talking about because we ain't from their city. So now here they are, popping now. Getting money, looking good, flossing on all the rest of the, peasant rappers that ain't cracking, that chose not to say the shit that got them cracking. And so it's like, when what you knew would happen to you if you did it happens to them, how are you supposed to look at that?
I don't know.
My bitch riding around singing his song. You know what I'm saying? He popping. He popping for doing some shit that I knew better than doing. So then he should have known better than that. He know better than that, but they do it anyway. So if you do it anyway and something bad happens to you, how am I supposed to look at it? I look at it almost like you committing suicide. You know what could happen. Okay. You saying fuck this whole hood over here. You getting this whole hood tattooed on your face and shit like that. Like fuck this hood on your
forehead.
And it's not just, it's a gang of niggas running around here with them kind of tattoos. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just that's my nigga, by the way. I got love for that nigga.
Crip Mac?
Yeah. Did you hear who Crip Mac said his favorite blood rapper was?
I'd imagine you probably said Mitchy Slick.
Yeah, straight up. And I never met Crip Mac before.
No, Crip Mac seems pretty cool.
I like Crip Mac.
Seems like a good stand-up guy. So, but anyways, yeah. So go back though, like, you know what I mean. With like, what do you think has caused this big rift for like, from like your generation to the rappers now that are doing all this dumb shit that you would have never done back then?
The internet, come on. I mean, everybody know what it is. The internet is like a drug, homie. You know what I'm saying? These little niggas is out here fucked up off this shit because they see the good shit and they think that's the way to get to the good shit. They see all these artists out here that have done all the same shit I'm talking about, and now they rich as a motherfucker, having money on TV every day. You know what I'm saying? All the shit. And that's how the youngsters think that's what they think they got to do to get on.
It's by dissing everybody.
Name one rapper that's a street rapper. I already asked you this. Name one rapper. I mean, if you can, I mean, I probably could but just name one rapper that's a street rapper, a street artist that right now you don't know of a beef that he has, and you haven't heard a record about him talking about that beef about another motherfucking name.
Yeah, we'd have to see it for a while, but
any rapper you could think of.
There's gonna be a lot more doing that than not. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
But
what do you think that there's ways to prevent this and like maybe stop all this craziness that's going on in like the rap world and stuff?
I don't know, homie, because it's a disconnect between the youngsters today and the G's. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what it is about the youngsters. I don't know what the fuck it is that makes them not want to include their big homies in nothing they got going on.
Yeah, it's almost like they don't give a fuck about their big homies at all. They be like treating them like shit.
Hey, think about when you first saw like Pac, or you saw Dog Pound, or you saw even Hammer. I don't give a fuck how far back, all the way to like Game and even who else? Game and who else? Shit, 40. It always looked like it was some G's around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It always looked like it was older, big homies around or whatever. Now you see the little niggas and it'll just be them. 19-year-old niggas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With no G homies around. And that's the reason why a lot of the burnt ass shit be going on. Cause shit, if I was making all the decisions with all the pressure on me and all the lights and cameras on me when I was 19 without nobody tapping me on my shoulder, who the fuck knows what would have happened? I'd have probably been broad daylight in front of cameras, shooting out with niggas and all type of shit like these niggas be doing every day. Who knows? But they would want to have their big homies around. I remember we used to want our big homies around. That's all we was out hanging out for, was to hope the big homie said, hey, what's up, little homie, hop in. We finna go up to the car wash or something like that. That's what made you a G. You know, you was getting your bars up that the big homies acknowledge you like that. Now the young homies don't really give a fuck. I love my little niggas, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of little niggas that's on deck, but they don't really understand the days of when it was real a real pecking order and shit like that, and you would really get disciplined for doing certain shit. And they can say they don't want those days to be back and act like that, but all I say to the young homies every time is just know that the same way you treat your big homies, is somebody watching y'all do that. And that's the same way your young homies gonna treat you. As a G, all you really got is you don't got no pension, you ain't got no insurance. All you got is to be able to call on your turf and the young homies to be able to be there for you if you need them to or whatever the fuck. If you don't give a fuck about, you don't got no young homies to give a fuck about you, what you gonna be out in the streets 60 years old dealing with because gangster shit gonna be around no matter what.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit. That's all I tell the young homies. I don't know what to say, but shit, man. Come talk to me. I'll give you some game.
Do you think that they even care about like living and seeing out their careers and doing anything like that? Or do you think that they just plan, like this is like part of their plan is just to make music, gain clout, and then die?
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you this. It was the death of one rapper not too long ago, homie, that just made me kind of really understand that what it is I think the mentality of the majority of the young cats is I think they know more than what they actually really know. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't do some of the shit that they do and then fall victim. It ain't like y'all ain't getting murdered and killed and shot up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like they think they know a way to do the shit that they do without having to deal with the repercussions of the shit. You know what I mean? That's what I think is going on. Fucked up shit. I'm straight up. Everybody, everywhere. I hear it from all G homies. I love my little niggas, but
What is your advice?
I got a book, mental book, wrote my mind, homie.
I think I heard you talking about it.
Yeah, where I talk about all these scenarios. But it's too broad. It's too much shit to do just to explain it in one. It's a whole bunch of shit you should do. It's shit you should know and learn when you get money. It's shit you should learn and know when you dealing with a girl from the other neighborhood. It's shit you should know about dealing with some dude from across town trying to get some bread. It's all type of shit that play into this shit. What you really should do, though, with the streets is try to figure out a way to get legitimate, get out, you know what I'm saying, learn some shit other than just being in the streets, because if you got to go there to survive, that's how you going to not survive. You got to find a way to survive outside of the turf. Yeah. Yeah.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell yourself or maybe change?
I know it's a whole bunch of shit on me. But like for the most part, I probably would be like, don't fuck off the money. Do something legitimate with the money. I wouldn't been looking at all them lowriders and all them cars and all that shit like that. I probably would have started a lot earlier, and then I probably would like not even had to worry about half the shit I worried about, you know, coming up.
Yeah.
If I'd have just, just think if motherfuckers was thinking about buying properties like in 2000 with their first money.
And it was easy back then. You
Come
didn't have
on,
to do all
bro.
the extra shit. They were just giving out loans back then. You didn't have to prove of income.
18 years old, taking all your bread and buying a little duplex or some shit like that. You know what you be looking at right now?
Bro, you'd be.
And it's some motherfuckers that did though. But it's some motherfuckers that did though.
Here, bro.
Hey, I know some homies that bought all the shit over there on Venice up. Straight up. Wow. Like it's some motherfuckers that did it. Yeah, a few homies. But if I'd have known better, because that's all that all the world's about, homie. At the end of the day, homie, is how you able to provide for your family and how comfortable can you live. And living comfortable only come from having some motherfucking money. Yeah, I'd have did that.
What was like your biggest purchase that you regretted?
Biggest purchase that I regretted? A house, homie, right before the market crashed. In Vegas.
Before the 2008 crash?
Yeah. I had like 5 houses then, homie. Damn. And I bought the biggest, most crackingest one at that time. And that motherfucker went from like being worth like 700,000 to like 450,000 in like 6 months of when I bought it.
Did you panic and sell it?
Shit, I lost that shit.
How'd you lose it?
Nobody want to buy that shit.
Why didn't you just hold on to it?
Paying a mortgage on, I had like 5 other houses. I had a lot of money in mortgages. I couldn't even afford all that shit.
Oh, so you weren't renting them out?
Dude, why would somebody want to rent your house out when,
Right,
your next door neighbor
no.
lost that motherfucker?
I
Somebody
get
bought
what
it
you're
for
saying.
half. Now you
Yeah.
got your house for rent for $3,000, $2,500. This motherfucker rent for $1,200. You couldn't rent it out.
Right. So you bought all 5 houses at like the worst time.
The worst, like from 2003, like 4, 5, 6, 7, up to 8.
And it didn't
up.
start going back up until about 4 or 5 years later.
We didn't even care about it. You already got struck down by then.
Damn.
It was already fucked up.
What part of Vegas was that in?
What was that like a Centennial Hills area? I think they call it that now.
And it was a dope ass
Summerlin and all
house.
that shit. I had a few of them. That one was dope though. Yeah.
So you know a little bit about investing your money into like properties and shit like that. Are you still doing stuff like that, or did that kind of kill that?
Hell yeah. As a matter of fact, right now, me and my family, we doing some historical hunting, man. It's some land down in Texas that's left to my fam right now, and I'm just I don't know if I'm gonna ever be able to make money with it, but it's just I'm like a history buff, so it's dope to be able to kind of like look up what was going on and see the property and shit like that, and try to figure out like it could potentially even be oil on this property. You know what I'm saying? Just going through the process of learning about it and fucking with it. Ain't nothing more important, homie, than a man having land. You know what I mean?
How many acres is it?
It's probably about 50. This one particular area, probably about 50.
What's so historical about it?
It's, if you see the shit that's built on there, you know, like my ancestors, the street is on is named after my family.
Oh wow.
It's some shit. Like I ain't dug all the way deep in it, but you know, shit. I'm on that. I'm on the Black American history shit heavy. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
I went to Prairie View A&M, bro.
Explain what that is.
Prairie View A&M is one of the most cracking black colleges in the country and shit. I mean, you probably would not, if you knew who I was, you wouldn't expect me to be there. Like none of the rest of my homies went there. But my family went to that school and shit, and I ended up going back, like, you know, after I got out of high school and shit, and just picking up the bug to learn about my family and shit, and my history, heritage and shit. Yeah, it used to be a slave plantation in school.
Oh wow.
The Alta Vista plantation. It was probably arguably one of the last still working plantations, like, period. And just to see the growth from there is inspiring to me, homie. You know what I mean? So I be on that type of shit, like, you know. Yeah, that.
Man, that's pretty cool. What is your plans for the future?
Using all my connects to put my young artists on. Shout out to my young homeboy Spank Nitty James. I ain't gonna bust the secret open about what's going on, about what we've accomplished in this short amount of time. But I will say that y'all gonna be hearing a lot from my boy though. It's a young homie from Hemet, California. He dope as fuck. Lyricist. Street gangster lyricist though. Player.
So you're just trying to do your A&R stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do a lot of other shit too, but yeah, with the music shit, most definitely. That shit. I feel the game still owe me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still out touring and rocking and doing shit myself, but I feel like the game still owe me, and I know it take plugs to make this shit work. And there's a lot of shit that I can use, maybe not so much for myself, but for like a young artist, I think got the certain knack to, you know, to like really work. Yeah.
Outside of music, what do you do?
I got a company, bro. I got a company, homie. Cannabis company in Oklahoma called Fruits.
Fruits?
Fruits.
Nice.
We just getting that off the ground. When people ask me that question, you just ask me, homie, it'll take me like 3 days to answer that shit like that. But Fruits is one of the brands we getting off the ground right now. And I love my animals. I mean, I've been breeding Frenchies for like the last. I mean, everybody got Frenchies, but everybody don't got this shot caller blood shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been breeding Frenchies for like the last 5 years, homie, and that shit is hella fun. And then what else? What else will I share with the people? And then I got my distribution company. You know what I'm saying? Where I distribute music and shit like that. But I've been doing that for years.
Oh,
I got hella artists up under my distribution company. And I've been working at promoting all my little artists and shit, pushing shit. Rest in peace, man. I just lost one of my little niggas, my little nigga Half Ounce from Inglewood, man. That was my little nigga, man. And
Oh, really?
yeah, I put a lot of records out with Half Ounce over the years. I was like my baby bro, man. That hurt, man. This just happened like maybe like 3 weeks ago. He was in LA.
Man, I'm sorry to hear about that, bro.
Yeah, one of my artists.
What happened there?
I don't know, man. I just it was on the news. They said some car pulled up and something happened and started shooting, and my nigga tried to run off and he ended up not making it.
Bro, that shit, it seems like that is like a LA thing, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody is just
What
from
it is-
somewhere else and going to LA and
But what
just
it
not
is
having a good time.
What it is it would happen in other places too if it was a bunch of niggas with fancy cars and big money just living into some whole other nigga city. You know what I'm saying? Like if you move to fucking, just think if all the rappers moved to Stockton. What if all the rappers moved to the Bay in Oakland? They just all in LA.
Right, because that's like the music capital.
Exactly.
Is it still like a music capital since everybody's basically independent now? There's not even all these record labels and stuff really out doing much anymore. So it's just like, what do people keep going to LA for when there's like a Miami or a Houston or Atlanta? You know
I
what
think
mean?
Atlanta probably is now, but nah, it's big business in LA. Believe that. That ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna let that stop.
Yeah.
Hell no. Interscope still in LA, man.
All right, man. Well, shit. Where can they find you?
You can find me on the Blade, man, anywhere, man, from Southern California
From Albina to China.
straight up.
You'll see me. I'll be there.
Nah, I be everywhere, man. I just got off tour. I was just on tour with Fresh Yard. Shout out to my Fresh Yard family, man. Fresh Yard Records, me, Planet Asia, the homie Fashion just did like 15 cities together, man. Like I think it was like a month ago or whatever. I be rocking shows, man. I do that shit for fun. Man.
Where's your next performance?
I don't know where the next one is, but I just got this festival, man. I'm doing with Fody and I think Quick, if I ain't mistaken. It's not till like the end of the year or the beginning of the year, but nah, I'm starting to do some bigger shit now. I just rocked last night with it was me and Jay Worthy and Currency and the homie Burner last night in Kansas City and shit. That shit was up. Yeah, that.
All right, bro. Well, I really appreciate your time.
Much
Appreciate
love.
your time.
Much
Thank
love,
you.
homie.
Thank you for everything you've done for the music, everything, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.